Arsenal fans all over the world, this is the news that you'll ever want to get on a Monday, right? Because it's all going on well as planned for the club of Arsenal. Having missed out Gabriel Jesus ever since he scored one against Sevilla and really created one for Martinelli, he is back. He is back in group training, meaning that he's really fresh and ready to obviously get things going. And we saw him really looking good when he was obviously doing all what he had to do for the Brazilian national team training sessions that were really carried out yesterday. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. This is the Arsenal News Show as we talk Gabriel Jesus and Leandro Trossard shining in the Euro qualifiers. We thank God for the gift of life, the Muslims Barakallahu Fikum, and we are left with just few subscribers to hit that magic number of 18,000 subscribers. And guys, continue to subscribe, and after subscribing, hit the notification bell that will enable you get notified every time we upload a video onto this channel. And it has always been one of those moments that you'll always want to really be here and obviously celebrate the milestone of 18,000 subscribers. And we are just left with few, guys. There are just few subscribers that we are left with to obviously get where we deserve to be. Now, how many subscribers are you left with? Just 10. Guys, we are left with 10 subscribers to hit 18,000 subscribers. So guys, let's make it happen, and I cannot make it happen without you. And God is using you to obviously make it happen. Now, Gabriel Jesus is really back in full team training. That is it. And that shows you exactly that no player whose knee is really hurting that can go ahead and obviously do that. Gabriel Jesus was seen obviously training well with the Brazilian national team yesterday, and this is what he had to offer onto the field of play. When you look at that, you can describe it as one of the best photos of the day for Gabriel Jesus, and every Arsenal fan has to be elated about this because they are missing this man. They are missing this man hugely. I told people that when you're having Gabriel Jesus, he adds a lot more to that team of Arsenal. Defensive-wise and offensive-wise, this is the guy that will ever meet. There are lots of news that we are surrounding his call-up at the Brazilian national team because the side of Arsenal thought that the player needed some rest as he was not fully fit. The Brazilian national team went ahead to obviously call the player, and they told him, you're going to assess you in Brazil. Everyone was shocked that the Brazilian national team has people. They would have gone ahead to obviously contact in Europe, to obviously contact an assessment. But it looked like there was a message that was passed to the management of Brazil as far as Gabriel Jesus was really concerned. And it really worked well for him because he never traveled to Colombia, and they kept him in Brazil, and I think they are keeping him for the game of Argentina. Remember, this week, I think tomorrow, Brazil is going to be playing Argentina, and these two teams come into play when they've gone ahead to lose out onto Colombia and Paraguay, I think Uruguay respectively. Brazil lost 2-1 to Colombia, and Argentina lost 2-0 to Paraguay. So it shows you that these two teams need this win as bad as anyone would love, but you all understand that it's really the biggest South American game, Argentina versus Brazil. It's really huge that the entire world will obviously stay awake to watch that game because it's really one of those games that you'll always want to watch and not miss out onto it. So we wait and see how that really pans out. But going back to Gabriel Jesus, this is a game that we all anticipate him to take part. With Brazil not having center forwards, that are really proven. I think they only have João Pedro. And it shows you that when they're playing Paraguay, it was Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. who led the line, and Martinelli was playing wide left. It really crosses your mind that maybe they might be even tempted to start him, which is really bad if at all you are an Arsenal fan, because for a player like Gabriel Jesus, who doesn't going to play for almost a month, you cannot just come in, you cannot just bring him in and throw him into a team. like that big game. For me, I think it's better they started with Yao Pedro, and then Gabriel Jesus comes off the bench to get them like 10-20 minutes of that game. But the beauty of all that is simple. Jesus has shown us that he has recovered fully and he's ready to take on the mantle. And for any Arsenal fan, you'd love to see to it that he gets those minutes in his legs. If he gets like 20, 15 or 30 in his legs, that will be good and music to ear to Mikel Arteta, because as he returns for the Arsenal duty to play against Brentford, then he will have all the qualities and would have gone ahead to tick all the boxes for him to start into that game of Brentford. But I think Arteta doesn't want to obviously hurry him back, like to start these games. He wants to usher him. He wants to usher him in well, not immediately. So we wait and see how that of Gabriel Jesus is going to go as they take on Argentina, and all prayers for him to see to it that he doesn't obviously get himself injured again as he returns to England, because Arsenal fans will be fuming if at all that really happens. Remember Martinelli, when they are playing Colombia, he scored a goal, and Martinelli is soon getting back and is simply getting back to where he deserves to be as a player for the side of Brazil and Arsenal. So leaving that at that, let's talk about another player known as Leandro Trossard, who came in through into the international break when he was on fire, having gone ahead to obviously be one of those players that were on target as Arsenal were obviously beating Burnley by 3-1. He scored a very good goal and put up an assist for William Saliba in a corner, and he nodded it into the back of the net. Now, he went to the national team, and guess what happened to him yesterday? He scored the 5th goal of the match. Romelu Lukaku put in a quadruple of goals. That is Lukaku, and he scored 4. Then guess who came on to obviously put the icing on the cake? It was none other than Leandro Trossard. And this is really great for the club of Arsenal. If at all the players that left your club well scoring have gone ahead to continue to obviously score during the international break, that means they are keeping the fire and they are returning with the fire at Arsenal. With the fixtures that Arsenal are really having, the likes of Trossard are really ready to obviously get it going. For Leandro Trossard, he is really great, and when you look at the Belgian national team, he has gone ahead to put in efforts that are really great and great and great and great and great. When you look at his stats at the Belgian national team, he has gone ahead to play 4 games in the qualifiers, and he has 2 goals. That is Leandro Trossard for you, and he's really becoming pivotal. And the beauty of the Belgian national team is that he's not being played wide, left or right. He's being played centrally in the midfield, a position that I believe he can obviously perform better because he's a press-resistant player, and it will be easy for him to find line-breaking passes for his centre forward. He's really a guy who really feeds football, lives football, and eats football. That is Leandro Trossard. He's more talented than many people, than many players at Arsenal, though he's underrated. But when you look at his stats at Arsenal, they're really amazing. For Leandro Trossard, he has gone ahead to play 8 Premier League games, and he has 3 goals. Is it? Then in the UEFA Champions League, he has 2 goals. So Leandro Trossard has 5 goals this season. So it shows you that he's really ready to see to it that he continues from where he is. And we look at the Premier League. Doesn't he have even 4 goals? I remember he scored against Chelsea. He scored against Everton. He scored against Burnley, right? So he has 5 goals in 12 matches. So if he continues to that, I know he's obviously going to be very pivotal by being one of those players responsible for really getting in those goals for the club of Arsenal. But for Gabriel Jesus, a little bit, I've gone ahead to obviously get a certain story that is coming in from the Arsenal sphere. They've gone ahead to confirm to us that even though the photos of Gabriel Jesus in training make him look ready, if he goes out and plays and then gets injured again, it's on him. He as a player can easily say no to playing if he's not feeling fully ready. So Arsenal fans are really having concern on the fitness of Gabriel Jesus. But I think he's this kind of player who is really professional enough, and he knows exactly how he feels for his body. he knows that the team of Arsenal needs him more than the team of Brazil, because at Brazil, he hasn't gone ahead to make that huge mark into that team, like imposing himself onto that side. So we wait and see how that pans out, but he is really back fit, back in full team training, and we wait and see how that's going to happen and how it's going to feature as Arsenal takes on as Brazil takes on Argentina. And Leandro Trossard is back, finished his games, and I think has already traveled back to London to obviously rejoin his team of Arsenal as they get ready for the game of Brentford away from home on Saturday, and the other game is going to be played in the midweek as they host RC Lens at the Emirates Stadium. So guys, your thoughts on Gabriel Jesus back in full team training are welcome in the comment section below. What do you make about Leandro Trossard shining at Belgium? May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum.